Hi everyone. Hope you're all safe and you're doing well. I'm going to start my presentation here with my assessment. My client was my brother Leland, which was helpful because he was a health science major, so he knew a lot of the terminology I used that we used in class, which is obviously very helpful for coaching. I'm going to breeze through this so I can get to my program, but some quick things to know is that he has had three ACL reconstructions, two on one knee, one on the other one, which I took into account when writing his program, adding a lot more stability stuff. You can breeze through the questions here. Physical assessment was good. There was nothing out of the ordinary. Heart rate, blood pressure was all fine. Um, Everything you would expect from a healthy, active 23-year-old. Just some slight eversion on the ankles, and external rotation, and a little bit of valgus or inward collapse of the knees, and a slight anterior tilt. We'll go to his goals. His main two goals were to lose body fat and increase lean body mass, which was difficult to write a program for just because those are two contradictory goals. But I feel like I did a reasonably good job. We outlined what he wanted to do. So basically, like the assessments to reevaluate was like working on progressive overload, and um, doing measurements of his waist, every Sunday. And yeah, so we'll switch over to my program and go through that real quick. So my macro cycle, it's pretty easy to follow. His main goals were, because he wants to build lean mass. I had him mainly doing all his work in the strength hypertrophy phase, but I did want to start him with some stabilization and strength endurance just to get a platform there. And I do have him doing stabilization stuff every week just because of that past history of injury with his knees. Mesocycle. Um, you can see basically I'm having him work out 5 times a week. Um, Cardio 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and a reassessment every week on Sunday. First week, I had him doing full body phase two endurance. So you can see that I do have him doing uh, the stability exercises right here, and then moving into the resistance, you can see that I have a little bit higher rep range, a little bit less rest time, and I chose to do a 1 to 2 to 2 tempo because the 4-2-1 or 1-2-4 tempo, trying to do that with a higher rep range for to get the endurance just isn't feasible. So I had him doing 2 seconds on the eccentric instead of four. And as I said, both of these were for the first week. The two workouts were full body. Moving into the second week, um, pretty much all the warm ups and the movement prep and the speed, agility, and quickness are all the same for every workout. So I won't spend too long on those. I did add quite a bit of stuff from my original program. Um, Through the coaching, I did learn about the dead bugs and bird dogs with Justine, which was really helpful. I tried them out myself and loved them. You can see full body, or sorry, upper body, still working on the endurance phase, but I split it up into upper body and then a lower body. Same rest times and tempo on those. Week 3, upper body and lower body for the two workouts, but I moved into the hypertrophy phase, so you can see the rep ranges are a lot lower. Rest times, are the same, but the tempo um, is a 1-2-4. You really get that time under tension on the eccentric. Yeah, and then the last week is pretty much the same as week 3, except I lowered the rep ranges a little bit, added rest times. The tempo is the same, but I added more intensity techniques. Um, so pretty much the last set of every one, I had him go to failure and then drop set as best we could with the equipment we had, and then go to failure again. And then in between each exercise, I had him take another minute of rest. So the 1 minute is just in between each set of each exercise. Yeah, and that's why, and because I was doing those drop sets and failure sets, that's why I had to lower the rep ranges and increase the rest times. Perfect. Thanks, guys. That is my assessment and program. Have a good one.